light it up, light it up. C2 in the building, ayy. Real talk only. Yeah. Oh, just be smoking with C2. Yeah, we keep it too real. Talk that truth, yeah, we talk how we feel. From the block to the booth, it's that vibe you can feel. Roll up the facts, let's spark that deal. We smoking with C2, C2. We vibing with C2, yeah, yeah. No cap, no lies, just true from the crew. Welcome to the show, smoking with C2. Mic check, 1, 2, let's clear the smoke. Black voices loud, we the ones that spoke. From pain to the progress, joke to the hope. We the culture, baby, and we never go broke. Convos heavy, but the flow stay smooth. C2 talk slick with that real life groove. Every topic, we gon' spark that fuse. Grab your lighter, let's talk that news. Smoking with C2, keep the energy true. Talking about us, what we been through. For the fam, for the block, for the people too. Turn it up loud, just the vibe, just the move. We smoking with C2.
Here we go, wherever you at, wherever you may be. This is Smokinwit2, and I'm your host, C2. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. We starting to get up there. I'm trying to reach at least 100 before 2026. Let me reach 100. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's liking and subscribing and running it up for me. All the support. Appreciate y'all. Now listen, today, in my town, Alton, Illinois, they made brash decisions of closing the bars down at 1 o'clock. And I actually can see it from both sides, right? So you can see it from their side, like, oh, they clowning, they fighting, we should have them put up at a decent hour, whatever the case may be. I understand that side too. And then I understand the side of business owners, of the money loss that they're gonna take, because the bill intake is very high. So they need the place to be open at a significant amount of time so they can make the money to put it in their pocket and pay the bills. It's a business, right? It's easy to point fingers at people. You know what I mean? There's a lot of isolated incidents that happen. And from what I've seen, and I really took a kind of offense to, I made it seem like it was only black people clowning. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna take up for my people like that, because I know we showed our ass too, but don't make it seem like we are the only people that were downtown clowning. We were highlighted. Yeah, we were very highlighted, but we wasn't the only people down here clowning. I'm not trying to take up for nobody. Everybody was right or wrong. It is what it is. But y'all made it seem like it was just black people, and it's never the case. But listen to this though. This is gonna be a hot take. I know that, and I know people probably gonna look at me like I'm kind of crazy, but black men and black women, you're gonna have to stand on the other side of niggas and bitches. Yes, we are. The niggas and the bitches are the ones clowning and fighting over the stupid shit. Parking spots, colors, street corners, what hood they from. That's nigga shit, right? The reason why we all indulge into nigga shit, because it's our peoples. Family, friends, homeboy, homegirl, people you grew up with. Trust me, I indulge in the nigga shit too. Now it's things that I won't do. I won't fight over a parking spot. I won't kill you over a pair of Jordans. But there are people that will, and those people are the niggas. I know people be like, damn, we have to let it be known that there's a difference between black men and black niggas. It really are. And I hate to be like this with people, because I know that we can't turn our back on our people, but we have to stand on the side of right or wrong when it's gonna be infecting the whole community. Yes, the people that we seen fighting on those tapes, we know who all of them are. We know them. We grew up with them. We cool with them. It was an isolated incident. No, we not shunning them. But we have to put the bad apples out. if we want to continue having anything going in this town that I see is really coming to a dead stop. I don't really see too much in Alton that is going to be beneficial for our kind. Brothers and sisters, if it's black owned or black supported, like a lot of these businesses are, they're not going to say that. We have to start taking accountability for the things that happen. I can say this. Whenever we are outside, like we like to say, man, let's just be adults about the situation. Let's find some type of median and an understanding that we're coming to have a good time. Govern the people that's with you to make sure they ain't on no bullshit. Now, I know it's easier said than done. I know that. I know it's very easier said than done. We got to find something out. I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. I don't know why the black community is the way it is. I don't know why we have a natural hate and disdain for one another. I don't know why we are like that. I don't think nobody can really answer the question. Why are we like that? It's probably just a natural thing that we just don't care for one another. Coming from a small town like I come from, a lot of things like clubs, we only have a few, and only a few going to cater to the black people. So if we keep fighting and clowning and doing what we doing, people, what are we going to do for fun in Alton? You already know the police going to be shutting down all the house parties. All the sets, all that shit, people going to be shutting that shit down. Motherfuckers going to be calling the police. Oh, they making too much noise. It's too much traffic. So if we can't do it at our houses and we can't act right in public, I know ain't nobody saying like this just not going to be a nightlife type town. How? How is that going to be possible to not have a nightlife town? It's crazy, man. For real, for real. We need to. I have people that's invested into this very deeply. Friends that are very deeply invested into the nightlife of Alton, and they are not happy right now about none of the decisions that are being made, and they feel like they are being targeted for things that other people have done. There's a lot of questions to be asked. There's a lot of people not really wanting to answer those questions either. I'm gonna sum it up like this. Us, the black people, we gotta figure it out, man. We gotta figure it out. We have to come to some type of median. I wanna say this. One of the greatest scams that I'm so fucking mad that I didn't come up with was Black Lives Matter. That was one of the greatest scams in American history. Them niggas convinced the world that Black Lives Matter. To who? To who? Because I know it ain't to the black people. We don't give a fuck about a nigga. But they convinced the world that Black Lives Matter and made millions off that shit. I'm so salty I didn't come up with that. I'm not hating on them. Get their money. But do y'all see the irony in that? They said Black Lives Matter. To who? We wanted other races to care about the lives that we don't give a fuck about and get paid for it. Greatest scam in American history. All started. No disrespect. Rest in peace. But it all started over a nigga that was high on heroin or whatever he was on and tried to use a fake $20 bill. And now that the autopsy came back, he didn't die from a knee on his throat. But he was a start of a cause that made millions. We had the NBA wearing it. They had streets. They had the hashtag Black Lives Matter. Everybody was supporting it. Fast forward to 2025, where is that now? You know why it ain't up? Because the people that were involved with it have stole the money, bought cars, houses, clothes, and fucked off on hoes. It's documented. But what do you expect? That's what niggas do. A lot of things people can be mad at, but what are you mad at? Are you mad at the fact that that's what niggas do? Or are you mad at the fact that you wasn't a nigga able to do it? I'm not mad. I'm a little bit upset though that I wasn't a part of that, because there was a lot of good money involved in that. We finessed the world. They did. They finessed the world. I seen a story today when I was on the internet out of Florida, and it was about these two little boys. I think they was like 14, 13, 15 years old, young dudes, and they was trying to rob somebody for weed, and one of them gunned the dude down and killed him. And it made me ask myself, why is it that two young kids like that have that type of mentality at that young of an age? At that young of an age, they already thinking robbing and killing. Why is they thinking like that already? I have this to say. Now that we have social media, you can see all around the world the ghettos are all the same. Niggas are the same all around the world. All around the world. And just like in my small town, Alton, and everywhere else in the world, there's nothing for the young black man to do but to get in trouble. See, reality can be taken in two different ways, right? I'm gonna just speak on myself. See, I grew up, my mom went to work every day, never got in trouble, had a roof over our head, I wore nice clothes, had a meal every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And most dudes that I grew up with was getting the same type of treatment from their mother. But that ain't what caught my eye. It was the niggas outside with the nice clothes and the nice cars and the jewelry. And I used to see all the bitches around them. So me and like 80% of the people that I know or grew up with, we chased that dream. I say that to say this. I see a lot of young dudes today, and I know their parents. I was just talking to one of my homegirls, and she was saying how her son wants to be in the streets so bad. What else are they gonna do when the streets seem so glorified? Yes, I know you get up, go to work every day and do the right thing, but guess what? You ain't riding a car that's nice. Most parents are not. Most parents are not going to go buy all the latest fashion and all that. Most parents are not. And growing up in these black communities, with the music and the culture, the way it is, a young black man is going to turn to the streets after they try to be basketball players and all that shit. But once reality set in, people go after the fast money. They really do. We sometimes find ourselves stuck in situations, and it's not that we don't know no better. We don't. We don't know no better, but it's the fact that what else else to do? You have no outlets. I have a question for all the people that are doing programs and stuff, and I see y'all doing it. I'm not trying to talk shit on y'all or none of that. I see what y'all doing for the basketball. That is that's what's up. Y'all doing that for the young kids. See y'all doing the cheerleading for the young girls and kids. I see all that. I see people, trying to do little groups and stuff, helping having movie days, all that for the little kids. That's all fine and dandy. I'm not knocking that. But that's kid shit. What do you have for these teenagers? I have nothing. There's no programs around here in the summertime. I used to live up on the East Coast in Boston. I never really participated in it because I used to always come home to Alton, but they always had summer programs where you had a job where you can make money during the summertime as a teenager. And they keep your first and last check. So if you blow all your checks during the summertime, you still have almost $1,000 so you can buy yourself school clothes and school shoes, so help your parents out. We don't have nothing like that around here in Alton. These little young dudes, who they look up to? The average young black male is looking up to somebody who is probably clearly doing something wrong. That's the honest part. Because they have the nice clothes, they have the nice car, bitches like them. You either can be Mr. Johnson. We know who Mr. Johnson is. Mr. Johnson gets up, go to work every day, be a provider for his family. Or you can be, I don't know, Big Loke, and you are selling drugs and you popping and everybody know who you is. In the black community, we favor him. This is why you see people get out of jail and they are congratulated for sitting and doing time in jail. We honor that in the black community. You go to jail, you one of the niggas. You one of the niggas. Your name will get put up on the wall. Your name gonna be mentioned in the songs. All the bitches gonna like you. You a street nigga? You way better than the nigga that works a job. In the black community, 9 times out of 10. I'm just telling you this from experience. For real, for real. They love the bad guys. But now that I'm older, I kind of see the world in a different light now. And I know that life that we lived back then was not really worth a life living. I have friends that I might not see again, and we're older now because of the choices that we made, because we'd rather be in the streets. We have choices to make out here, right? And I think if we all start off with a better role model, if we change with the trajectory of what you see, I think the outcome would be different. Just imagine if we all started off going to school, going to the army, going to get jobs. The community would be a lot different. But to be honest, we all kind of go towards selling drugs, running the streets, shooting guns, gangbanging, excuse me. That's what we tend to run towards. I can say this, I did that, and everybody I know did that. And I can say this, everybody lost. Nobody won. We playing a game that nobody can win. We so fucking crazy about the shit, we still do it. Before I ever jumped off into the streets, my dad and them been going to jail. The doors been getting kicked in. My grandma and them up on Bluff Street, my uncle and them, the doors been getting kicked in. Niggas been taking 10, 15, 20s. I seen all this shit growing up before I ever jumped off the porch. Me and every nigga around me did. I watched all the OG niggas from Dooley go to jail when we was kids. We watched them. We watched all them niggas go to jail. And we got older and did the exact same shit them niggas did. Am I lying, brother? I'm just telling y'all the truth. When you have no other options, we gonna run to the wrong thing. Now, us being leaders and us being people who are older that been here before, you need to turn around to somebody behind you and try to save them. Can't save everybody. I try to talk to some little young dudes, but I know how the game is. Man, I've been young before, bro. Me telling you at 18, 19 to get a job, I wasn't trying to hear that shit either. But I wish I was. I wish I was. I could tell y'all something, man. I was low-key bothered like a motherfucker today because I was waiting to get this call back for this job or whatever, right? And it was like they said, oh, we're going to do your background check. And woo, woo, woo. They're going to do my background check, get back to me in about a week. I'm like, damn, I'm qualified. Got all the credentials to get the job, everything, you know what I'm saying? She called me today like, I'm sorry, Mr. Mike. I can't give you the job. Your background didn't check out. And she was like, but it's not that, it's something wrong. She was like, because most of your charges, you were in your 20s. I said, yeah. She's like, you gotta kind of figure it out. This job just don't hire people with, you know, shit on their record like that. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say this. We were never taught that your past will be held against you in the future. I mean, in felonies. These felonies, man, these motherfuckers follow you, bro. That's all they judge you on. Somebody should be preaching this to the little young niggas like, yo, I don't want to be catching these fucking felonies. Because they going to be holding you out of some great opportunities in the future. Nobody told us that when we was coming up. Nobody told us that. Hey, look, keeping it all the way a buck with the people, man. It is hard being in the black community. It's hard, man. It's hard. Growing up black. That's why I take offense to it when I see motherfuckers trying to be like the culture. I'm like, nah, you gotta suffer all this shit. Don't just take the swag, don't take the hair, don't take the way we talk, the way we dance. Nah, nigga. Take all this shit that we have to carry a burden for. We can lie to ourselves and say, because I hear people like, man, we being suppressed, and the white man this, and woo, woo, woo. And like, man, that shit ain't got nothing to do with the white man. I seen a poll the other day, and before I can fucking screenshot it, my phone rang, so it went away. But they did a poll to say 90% of black men carry guns for black men, and that is a fucking lie. We carry guns for niggas. Everybody's not carrying a gun to rob and shoot and fuck people over. No, a lot of people carry guns because they have a nice car, they have jewelry on, they gotta protect themselves, because we live in a community with people who will attack you and do something to you for materialistic things. This is the environment that we live in. People don't even understand that. I'm gonna say this, and I know people gonna look at me like I'm crazy. The black community need our own judicial system. Yes, we do. And I know they like, why would we need that? Not saying that people ain't gonna go to jail. We need people to understand our community, our culture, and how we think, and the things that we care about. Have y'all never, let me ask the people this, have y'all ever watched any of these court documentaries when these rappers are going to jail in the last couple of years? Have y'all watched these? It blew my fucking mind. That lady asked that girl, do you know him? She's like, no, I don't know him. She's like, have you ever had a conversation with him? Never had a conversation with him. She's like, he would walk by you like he wouldn't know you, right? She said, yeah. Why do you hate him so much then? That you wanted him dead? That little girl said, he from the other side. White lady said, other side of what? The world? She said, nah. he live on such and such street and I live on such and such street. The white woman mind was blue. She said all this killing that's been going on is because he lived 4 different blocks from you. They don't understand it. That's why they slamming niggas, because they don't understand it. Like, what do you mean? That's a community. He lived down this street, you live down this street. Why are y'all fighting about it? We niggas and bitches. That's why we don't need to be in y'all courtrooms. I know it sounds crazy. We need our own judicial system because black people understand. Other people don't. We can see something happening on the internet and the news and we be like, man, them niggas crazy. A pair of tennis shoes. The rest of the world don't understand how much a pair of Jordans mean to people. They shouldn't mean shit because they ain't nothing but a pair of gym shoes. But in the black community, a pair of Jordans mean a fucking lot. Side story. I used to have Snapchat, right? You know, you used to put them anonymous things up. Very popular on Snapchat. I put an anonymous thing up. I said, what is the craziest thing you ever done for a pair of Jordans? Dude, if y'all would have seen some of the fucking things I had got back, what they do for them. Man, listen. This is just the culture that we live in. A gold chain? And you in the wrong hood? We ain't seen it on the internet. Motherfuckers done lost their life for moistenites.
I need that. I need that.
Huh? I need that. That's what they get. I'm glad you said that, bro. I need that.
You shine.
That's what a nigga see. When they see you shining in the black community, when you come up shining, trust me, I'm a nigga. I done came up. And when I came up, it was niggas that I grew up with that tried to rob me. Facts. Niggas that I done shook their hand, niggas that enrolled in my car, those was the niggas that tried to rob me. And the same niggas turned around and tell the police, he been selling drugs to us. Same niggas. This is nigga shit. This is how it goes in the black community. In the black community, this is the land of the have-nots. This is a crab in the bucket mentality of people that we are around. Black community is the only community when you come up, you have to leave. The people that you've been knowing your whole life will hate you. Let that sink in. I can come up today, they can see me win the lottery on the motherfucking TV. I ain't even C2 no more. It's gonna be somebody that feels some type of way. You have no choice but to go. It's fucked up, but that's the reality that we live in. I hate to dwell on our people like that, but we gotta call a spade a spade. We fucked up. I seen a video of the original old dog, the real old dog. In real life, not the one from Menace Society, the one they made him about. Now, you know, old dog in the movie was fucked up. I seen an interrogation video of the real old dog. That nigga was a real menace. The white man asked him, what do that do for you? What you mean? When I see rims, when I see beats, when I see gold chains, I see niggas with bankrolls, that shit make my dick get hard. That's what he said. And he said it with a smile on his face with that. It's like when you talk about your kids or you talk about your woman, he had that type of excitement in him, like he was reminiscing. And he said, I go take they shit. And if they don't give it to me, I'll kill them. What are we supposed to do when we living around people like that? What are you supposed to do? So yes, 90% of niggas carrying guns. It's not for other black men. We carrying guns for niggas. Y'all watch the news, y'all watch the internet. You can't have a nice car. These motherfuckers gonna come get you. You can't be wearing nice clothes and chains and shit. Niggas don't let that happen in where they at. They don't. I tell people this. I don't know what we can do. My hands is in the air just like everybody else. But I can say this though, that's what we like. The black community loves that. That's why all the shows that are about tearing down men and women, niggas and bitches fighting and arguing and doing all the crazy shit they doing, that's why all that's the #1 shows. Anytime somebody get on the internet and bash their baby mama and bash their baby daddies and talk shit on each other, that gets all the hoopla. Everybody's in the comment section. Everybody got a lot to say. The reason why they're doing that, because that's all they fucking know. Just keeping it G, man. Just keeping it G. We gonna move on, man, from that, man. All I can say is this, man. Pray for us. Straight up. Because that's the only thing that's gonna, I don't know if that even gonna help. Praying might not even work. Just be honest. But we gonna switch off of that because that's energy draining, man. Talking about our people and talking about how fucked up we are and talking about what we do and don't do. That shit is really draining, especially when you live this shit every day. In the hood, in the trenches, in the black community. It's draining, bro. It's very draining, man. We don't want to talk about that. I know that y'all seen, because it goes up and down the timelines, very algorithm-like. And I didn't know this, but I seen the woman that's on TikTok. I don't know her name, but I think it's a threesome gone wrong. I could be wrong, though. I think it's a threesome gone wrong. I think the wife was cool with her sleeping with the husband, and I think the husband had fell in love with the threesome bitch. And he started, because now the text messages came out. He was, corresponding with both of them on the regular. I think, I could be tripping, but I think the husband and the wife scammed the TikTok lady. That's what I think. I think they played a role with her. Who goes to sue for cheating? Think about it. Really think about that. Who sues about cheating? I don't give a fuck if they married or not. Nobody sues, right? But I think they knew that she had a little money. And he knew because he was fucking her. So she probably disclosed a few things to him. He probably told the wife, hey, listen, this is our come up right here. Now I know I might be going on the deep end, but it was niggas involved, man. Niggas would do anything. I'm dead serious. It was niggas involved, man. Niggas would do anything. So it could be that. But I want to talk about this, man, because I seen one of my guys that I kind of follow and look up to in this podcast industry. And he was talking about relationships, right? And how we don't really know what relationships is. We going off of what people say and told us what the relationship is. Now, when you really sit back and think about it, a relationship, how much you have to put in, which is 100% of you in a relationship, right? Now just imagine, this is for people that's out there that's so relationship crazy and want to be in relationships and all that and want to get married and all that. You got to think, are you really willing to give 100% of you to somebody? Are you really willing to indulge? Small example, right? Say you a man and you want to experience a threesome, right? But your woman don't want you to experience a threesome. What do you do? Because you're in a relationship, do you have to, I guess, sacrifice your desire for a threesome because your girl or your woman don't want that? You know what I'm saying? This is the part of the relationship where you gotta bend and fold for people on both sides, right? Are we being misled and lied to about these relationships? Sometimes you can find somebody that matches you. I truly do believe that. You find somebody that you be like, damn, the vibe is right, everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are locked in, you know what I'm saying? Y'all kind of got a good thing going on. I could see that happening for people though. But I'm saying for people who kind of make mistakes. You know, you make mistakes in this dating game, right? But just say that you do find that person. Are you really willing to give them everything of you? That's a real question for men and women. Are you really willing to be in a relationship and give somebody an actual 100% of you? Now, when I say a 100% of you, if your man want threesomes, are you going to be doing that? If your woman likes to pee on you, is you going to be doing that? I'm just asking these questions because I listening to these people talk about relationships and how deep they can get. And I was like, damn, that is crazy, because you can be with somebody, but they be wanting you to like basically go without because that's not what they on. And it's like, but what do I supposed to do in this situation? We got to find some type of medium, right? So I believe in the midst of, I just posted it today when people see this, the C2 way. But I believe this too though. You do find those people in your life and they come randomly. You ever just started messing with somebody or bumped in and got into a relationship or something, and the way that y'all met or the way that y'all even came together is unexplainable? Like, y'all have a fucking like this connection, but the outside world is looking at y'all like, what the fuck? How is they even mixing like that? You ask yourself, right? This is the part of a relationship. It's only between two people. That's the whole problem with people. Relationships is only between those two. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to figure out why it is and why it ain't. You don't need to know that. Do you believe? I have a question before I get up out of here, because I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about, man, and I have a question though. Do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in love at first sight? Do you believe that you meet people at the wrong time, that you actually have a real connection with? Have those things ever happened to y'all? A woman told me one day, I'll never forget this. She said, you know how I met my husband? Like, how you meet your husband, man? She was like, I met my husband 5 years before I ever really talked to him. He's like, what? She said, I was in the car with my baby father, and we had a flat. She was like, my husband stopped to help us. She was like, I didn't talk to him then. I didn't fuck with him then. She's like, I didn't even know who he was. She said that he stopped us on some cool shit, helped change the tire. She said 5 years later, I bumped into him. And he didn't even remember who I was, and I didn't remember who it was, and we was talking. And then one day, he said like, hey, was you on the side of the road, something? And she was like, yeah. He was like, that's crazy. Her husband was in her face at one time in her life, and she didn't even know it. She was in the car with the love of her life. And her husband changed the tire. She didn't even know it. 5 years later, the guy that changed the tire was actually the love of her life. I think they've been together for like 16, 17 years after that, she told me. But ain't that crazy? Be some wild shit that be happening, man. Listen, before we go, I want to tell y'all this. Ladies, y'all know it's sports season. And I know y'all know that we're on FanDuel, right? I'm speaking for all men. Ladies, hear me out, loud and clear. I'm speaking for all men all around the world. When we are chasing a ticket, get the fuck on. Don't ask us if we hungry. I'm trying to make sure he get this last assist and you stay talking about am I fucking hungry. No, I'm not hungry. I'm about to be fucking sick if you don't get this other assist. And get your fucking kids. I know what you're thinking. What? Get your kids. I'm watching the game right now. Get your kids. Goddamn. Ladies, I'm speaking for all men. Don't bother us during sports time if it's not important. And when you see a nigga losing, stop asking dumbass questions. What's wrong with you? You know what's wrong with me. I just fucking lost. I'm just giving y'all a heads up, ladies, because this is what men been hitting me up talking about. Y'all bothering us during FanDuel time when we trying to chase these tickets and we losing and you over here on the side talking this dumb shit? Come on, man, be quiet and get your goddamn kids. If you're gonna be around us, you know what I mean, just bring the snacks and the drinks in and roll up or something. We asking nicely, ladies. Now, before we go, I want to tell people this, man. Listen, we have a lot of different things going on in the world today. And a lot of things can distract us from the main things that are going on. Us, the black people, there's nobody coming to save us. The only way we can be saved if we save ourselves. That is a true statement. Anytime, I just want y'all to point this out because I'm not trying to be a preacher to nobody, but I spent 4 years on vacation. I took in a lot of history, reading books and finding myself. So I have a tattoo called Born King on my chest with the Egyptians. Because black people, we come from being kings and queens. They just don't tell us that. You have to read in it. It's not the history they teaching us in school, but that's neither here or there. What I'm saying is, we have to govern ourselves. We have to stand on the side of right and tell people like, hey, we're not rolling with the wrong. We really can't do it no more. I know it's easier said than done. I know that. But we can do it if we stick together. Now, if you pay attention to your history, before I get out of here, look at all the black leaders that tried to do it without white handlers. You're not a true black leader if you have a white handler. Mayors, presidents, none of that shit. They took away the true black leaders. Malcolm, not Martin. The Black Panthers. They took those people out because those people were making it where it was black everything. And they couldn't have a part, say so, or a piece in it. And that's how it really has to be, because they do not understand us. We lost the way of the people, and we got very divided. And it's easy to divide the simple-minded people in the black community because money is all we care about. We don't care about the power. That's why people are rich, but they have no say-so in the real things that go on in the world. Just want to put that on people's brains before we go. Now listen, if y'all want to hear the truth, man, you got to watch Smokinwit2, and we out.